Hello, today's video is going to be a sort of mini tutorial using some brushes that I got from Spectrum Collections, this set from Spectrum, on how to create a really good base for your makeup that you can use for either everyday or for an event or something more glamorous if you want. If you're new, my name is Audrey. I'm 57 years old. I live in Northern Ontario, Canada. If you're not new, welcome back, and let's get into the video. So to create this base, I'm wearing my glasses so I can see the numbers on these brushes. These are the brushes I'm going to be using to create this base today. This is from Spectrum. It's called the Flawless Base Collection. I'm an ambassador for Spectrum, so I have a ton of Spectrum brushes, but I have other brushes as well, and I've used other brushes as well. And I have to say the quality for the price is probably the best that's out there. I have a link. I'll put it in the caption. If you want to go check it out, you can. You get 20% off if you use my code. It's an affiliate link. I'm totally transparent. I will get commission if you decide to buy something. However, I'm just throwing it out there, being transparent. So in this collection, there's two sponges. This is a puff. So this is like a puff that you would use for powder. And then this is a complexion sponge. I would use this to sort of blend my base after I've applied it with the brushes, if I felt like there was, hair strokes and things like that. This is a contoured complexion brush. So it gets all the, it sort of hugs all the contours of your face. I'm pretty excited to use that one. This is a multi-use, so you can use this for, you can add powder with this. You can use this for cream blush, cream bronzer. I always start with a glowy product, so I'll be using it for that. This is a mini complexion brush. This I would use for concealer. And this is like a candle brush. It's very light, very fluffy. This I would use for powder highlight. So the first thing I want to talk about when I'm doing my base makeup is a brand called Danessa Myricks. Sorry, my hair looks ridiculous. She has this thing called, this is called the Blurring Balm Powder. It's like a primer for your skin. And what it does is it has an ingredient in it called oxalate. And oxalate will, throughout the day, continue to absorb oils and sebum and things that your face secretes so that it keeps your makeup looking fresher all day long. So I do like, when I'm looking for a really good base, long wearing, I do like to start with this. This is the shade Universal. So this is almost like it's like a clear. So I have a couple of other shades. I have shade 1 and shade 2, or no, I lie, shade 2 and shade 3, so which have a bit more color. If you wanted to use them for just your foundation, you could, but I'm going to go in with the Universal, and I'm going to use this multi-use complexion brush. I'm just going to get some on the brush. I'm going to put it through the T-zone because that's where I need the most shine control. This is a really good brush for this because it's dense, but it's also very soft. I always double check. Because obviously I wear glasses. You guys are in my phone and I can see far away in a mirror, but I can't really see close up. So I want to see close up what's happening there. So I just want to make sure that it's blended out. So the next thing that I'm going to use is a glowy primer. So that's through the T-zone to keep the oil and the sebum down throughout the day. But I also want to have a little bit of glow. I love the e.l.f. Halo Glow Primer. This is in the shade, a number of people have asked me what shade this is, and I always forget to look it up. Shade 1 Fair is the shade that I use. Now for this, I just do a couple on my cheekbone, and I do come through the middle of my face where I want where I want the glow to be. And I'm gonna actually go in with that same brush. Just use the other side of it or whatever. Even if you don't, it's fine. And I'm just blending that out. What happens, in my opinion, and what I find, is if I use a glowy primer, it sort of reflects the light away from my face. And when you do that, you reflect the attention away from the imperfections. Just my opinion. I am not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast. And I've learned over the last, I've been doing this now probably since 2021. So going into 4 years, I've been sort of doing this on social media, and the things that I've learned over that time period is what I'm applying is what you see me do. So the next thing that I have is the Yummy Skin. This is again from Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin line. The Blurring Balm Powder is also Yummy Skin. This is the Serum Skin Tint. Now, This is the shade 2. I have the shade 2 and the shade 3. I use the shade 2 in the winter because I'm pale, right? It's a serum foundation, so it's a skin tint, right? It's not even a foundation. And for me, and for mature skin, I do like to have a more serum type of product for my skin, just because it tends to have, number one, they have skincare ingredients in them, which is always a plus. Where's my towel? Always a plus. You always want to have something that's going to be, you know, dual action, or kill two birds with one stone, so they say. And it gives a lighter finish. This brush is really great to get into under the eye. And I'm just sort of, and it really does hug the contours. And the other thing too about the coverage that you get from this serum skin tint is really second to none. And it just gives you this, it just sort of gives you a more seamless look without being too heavy. I do love this brush a lot. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna take this sponge and I'm just gonna go over everything and just sort of even it all out, blend it all in. I love the look of this base right now. One of the last things that I do for just my base is going to be concealer. This is from Tower 28. This is right now my favorite concealer. It's very emollient, it's very lightweight, and it's beautiful for mature under eyes. Again, my opinion. Using this brush just to sort of press that in. I like to get into here too as well. This is a good shape. Brush is a really good size to do this with. It's just the perfect size to get into the places that you need to under the eye. All right, there, so we've done that. That's the base. So that's a really easy base that you can wear all the time. This should really last quite a long time. I'm gonna get some setting spray. One trick that I do have, if you want your base to sort of, if you're really looking for things to last a really long time through the day, I don't personally have a concern about my makeup lasting a really long time through the day, unless I'm going out or I have an event. It doesn't bother me that my makeup wears off through the day. That's just me, it's who I am. But if you do want it to last quite a long time, I'm using the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 setting spray. So what I'll do now before I do any more makeup is I'll set my face with this. And then you have to let that dry. Gives a little bit of a glow as well, which is kind of nice. The last brush in the collection is the brightening. So this is like a candle. I call this a candle brush because it's shaped like a candle. I have a powder highlight. This is from Too Faced. So I'm just going to take very lightly. Do you see I'm holding the brush on the very end so that it stays very light? So I'm taking this and I'm just kind of rolling it in here. I'm going to take off the excess and I'm just going to go just here. And just add a little wee bit of glow. Just right there. That's all I really want. Just so that when you turn your head, the light kind of hits. And then on your nose. I might do, actually I think I might do a little bit on the brow. I haven't done a brow bone since the 80s probably. This collection of brushes and two face, one is a puff and one is a sponge, you can get from Spectrum Collections. I'm going to link this in the caption. I'm going to give you my code, which is, I'll put it in there too, but my code is Audrey20. Gives you 20% off. If you want to go visit the Spectrum site, just use the link and you can look anytime you use my code, you'll be able to get 20% off. And if you don't want to buy anything, that's okay too. But I just wanted to make sure that you could see how you can get sort of this, I mean, is it a flawless base? For me, no, because I don't have a flawless face. I do like to use a set of brushes like this to create a base that can be used for every day, or you can actually, I can use this base for a more glamorous effect as well, if I wanted to perhaps zhuzh up the eye or do whatever, but it's the base that's sort of the canvas for the makeup. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like, hit that subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you next time.